Guys, what's going on? Soma del Piso on this wonderful Saturday afternoon, early afternoon, here back again with another video. So today, what we're gonna talk about, I really enjoyed doing that little analysis of Pokey Minch in my previous video game character analysis video. So I decided to do another character because I realized I know so many things about a lot of different video games and a lot of the characters they're in. So why not do another, right? So I got a good character today, guys. So let's get right into it. Like, comment, subscribe. And we're just gonna continue, man. This character in question, right? He's from a very, very old, not very, very old, like, you know, say the original Tetris or like Sonic from Sega Genesis, right, days. But this character is old by today's standards. He was part of a game. He was the villain, the main antagonist of the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow game. Back in like the early 2000s, I forget the exact year. The only reason why this character sort of weirded me out was because in Castlevania, I don't know if you guys are even familiar with the video game series, but usually it's like very, very dirty, murky environment and backdrop, bloody areas, like dismembered human beings lying all over the floor. And when you first meet this character, when you enter the castle, this guy was clad in a white suit, white scarf, blue tie, of course, just for some, you know, for aesthetic reasons. And he claimed to be on your side in the beginning. He claimed to have not similar interests as you, but claimed to not be your enemy. So this character in question that we're going to analyze today is the man, none other than Graham Jones, you know. Doshita! Kizamazuke. You guys have to have played the game to understand the reference, man, but I like this guy, I really do. I liked his character design, of course, in contrast. I like the whole aesthetic of Castlevania, but this character specifically, Graham, he was just very interesting to me because, so let's give a little bit of a backstory to this character, right? Camera's facing this way. It worked. Okay, basically, main character, his name is Soma Cruz. He's like some foreign exchange student. He came to, I think he was meant to go to some shrine or something, but that ended up being the re-emergence of the Dracula's castle. It so happened to fall upon a night of the solar eclipse because when you progress through the game, you learn more about the prophecy of the emergence of the Dracula's castle. And then you learn that, oh, every time there's a solar eclipse, which happens like every couple hundred years or something like that, Dracula's castle will emerge. And of course, it's far in the future, so Dracula has long since died. But the reincarnation of Dracula is meant to show up. And as you progress through the game, you find out that it's Soma Cruz himself. Where Graham Jones enters this whole scenario is that he is this cult leader that believes in the reincarnation of Dracula, and much more scaringly, he believes that he himself is the reincarnation of Dracula. So you progress through the game as Soma Cruz, you meet him periodically throughout the castle, and then you know, he's telling you as you have those very, very short ephemeral meetings with him, oh, you know, I'm here to claim something that's meant to be mine by birthright, or you know, I'm strong, you know, I'm very powerful, I am a worthy candidate for this. You don't actually get to know what this is until you get to that point in the game, you know, farther in the game. You go through, you face like various mythological beasts. You face Balor, right, this huge giant. You face, who else? Death himself, like, you know, the Grim Reaper. You face all these various bosses, and then Soma is sort of learning more and more about himself. We find out that he has like this innate ability to capture the souls of the monsters that he defeats and then incorporate them into his battle ability, his battle set. We get to the end of the game, we see Graham there, Graham Jones, and he's in the throne room that Dracula was, that's Dracula's room. But of course, you know, he's long since died, so it belongs to whoever can claim it, right? Whoever is the true reincarnation of Dracula. Graham says, listen, you stole those powers of soul stealing from monsters, or taking the souls from the monsters that you defeat. That's my power, it's meant to be mine. And then Soma's like, listen, I'll return it to you if I knew how. I just didn't know I stole it. And then Graham is like, listen, I'm gonna destroy you anyway because you stole it, right? And that's a crime in itself. So you battle him, it's like, and it has the beautiful music. Well, not beautiful by probably your standards with like organs, harpist scores, piano. but it's more like some sort of erratic sounding sort of tempo. It's, and you know, as you're battling him, you're hearing all the quotes from Graham. You're like, Dushta, you know, Kizamazuki, Kizamazuki. He has two phases. He's like the pseudo final boss. As he's about to make that transition into the next phase, you know, he's like, those powers are mine. You're not gonna deny me my birthright. Soma's like, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're on about. Then he transforms. He's like, goody good scooter duh. I love Castlevania, guys. This game is so cool. Bless you. This game is so amazing. Bless you again. It's such a wonderful game because the aesthetics are just so cool. It's so crafted so well. You defeat Dracula, not Dracula. Look what how I slipped up. Freudian slip. You defeat this wannabe Dracula, you know, Graham's second form. And that's the end that we hear of Graham. He's like, oh, Itai. So I forget what he says, but what does this really represent? What does that character Graham Jones really represent? So as we read more into his lore about the type of character he was before entering Dracula's castle, we find out that he's a very charismatic fellow. He's not only very charismatic, but he's very overzealous in pushing that whole narrative of him having to have his birthright, which is becoming the next reincarnation of Dracula in that present time. He was able to persuade a lot of people. He was able to rally a lot of people to his cause of just him being that reincarnated Dracula. And it made me think, because not only, you know, I just happened to think of the character, so I was just thinking of his quotes that he said, Dushta. I also thought about how his personality could sort of tie in to individuals that are part of a secret society or not necessarily one of the leadership roles of these secret societies, but part of a secret society that is so overzealous in their cause, even though it's completely false, right? The foundations are completely shaky. As I told you from the synopsis of Graham's involvement in the story and the plot, he believes himself to be the true king of the true Dark King, to true Dracula, true reincarnation, due to whatever sort of nonsense he was told about it being his birthright. And we know that it was false. As he played the game, you find out that Soma Cruz was actually the reincarnation of Dracula, but he wanted to refuse that power because, you know, as we know, Dracula is evil. So how that spells out for members of secret societies. These guys are being told whatever sort of sham nonsense, some codswallop about maybe getting into a better world, right? Or just maybe ascending, even though they're not pushing the practice of semen retention, perhaps, because we would have had a much better world by now. And they're just sort of promoting these idols, singing all this nonsense, all these degrading, basest lyrics in order to keep the general consciousness of the world low. The people's consciousness of the world, they're trying to keep them very, very low. This is how these secret societies get to people. They try to appeal to these needs that they may have, whether it be financial destitution, right? Or some sort of lack of communal activities, being in a group, having friends. These secret societies prey on the weaknesses of these individuals, and as they fluff up that weakness, as they fluff up that part of them that is those people that are those candidates for those secret societies are lacking, they then join this cause of this secret society, whatever it may be, and then they are super zealous in pushing these narratives that they tell them. The world does need a re-cleansing, or we do need to start sacrificing children, or whatever these secret societies believe in. And Graham Jones was the same way. I don't know what they fed him in the game. They don't elaborate on it that much because the story is less narrative driven, of course. I mean, it is for the most part, but they want people to play the game. They want to get them involved in the gameplay, you know, just throwing axes and using magic and buying weapons and all that kind of stuff and exploring the castle. So we don't really know about Graham's backstory before we get into the castle, but you can only imagine if this guy truly believed. There was no proof that he was he was not the son, but the reincarnation of Dracula. He read some nonsense and then he believed that this is what he was, this is what he deserved. This is the danger, gentlemen. When the objective of a group, some sort of secret group, is sort of harsh and they try to justify that harshness by saying that it's for the betterment of the people, that's usually a red flag. A lot of secret societies tend to want control, to exercise dominion over individuals, which is why they They advocate for using all these charms, and they advocate for doing witchcraft, scoffing at the old ways of doing, not the old ways, but like the Bible, right? Where it sort of preaches a lot of self-discipline, ultimately, without the aid or the sort of assistance from other individuals. Anything that people try to preach to you that is a sort of workaround from what is tried to be true and what requires discipline and requires a challenge to the self and to the soul, understand that it's most likely the wrong thing to do. There is no shortcut to success in any version of life. In the next realm, there will not be a shortcut to success. And in the realms after that, there won't be a shortcut to success. And in the religions that they preach, they're not going to preach any shortcuts to success. There is an easy way to do something. There is a very less challenging way to do something. And then there is the right way to do something. Gentlemen, you have to make your choice. We will have Graham Jones in our midst that will preach that they deserve this. You deserve this. People deserve to do this. It is easy to get people to do this by implementing these means, and they use charms and geomancy or whatever easy shortcut. Insert shortcut here in order to get a desired result. The result of which is generally known to take a lot of toiling, a lot of hard work to accomplish. The closing statements in this video, I want you guys to leave with this. There is no shortcut to success, and if there are going to be individuals from all walks of life that are going to try to tempt you with a lot of things. Oh, give me your loyalty in exchange for money. Give me your loyalty and I'll give you women, or give me your loyalty and I'll give you whatever you want. And that's not how life works. Or to be completely straightforward and fair, that's not how true rewards work. The obtaining of true reward. True reward it comes from pressure, it comes from being tried, it comes from going through challenges, it comes from surmounting trials and tribulation. Graham Jones promised a whole lot of individuals a lot of things when he became and rose to the title of the reincarnated Dracula. But we all know that that's just a lie, and a lot of members of secret societies do the same thing for other means in reality. Do not listen to these freaks. The only way to get higher is to do semen retention, and if you guys don't even believe in that, which is very strange, right? As a man, not believing in sort of saving your seed in order to practice self-discipline and to ascend and to better your character, then believe in self-discipline, austerity measures upon the self. Cut away things that are not necessary in your life or are excessive. We are not chasing pleasure, gentlemen. We are not chasing sensation. We are not chasing some alleged birthright, right? That's been talked about in all these articles and these secret esoteric books. We are chasing ascension through true work, through hard work and true discipline. This is what we do. Stay on semen retention, gentlemen, and that's all I have to say for today in this video. If you like that content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers. A lot of the art aesthetic from that Castlevania game, or Castlevania games in general, are very cool. They're very nice. They're very like classic and Victorian and Gothic, right? But the character himself, he is a walking self-delusion. There is no actual proof. There was none that he deserved the birthright of being the reincarnation of Dracula. Yet he claimed that he was, and he hurt a lot of people in the pursuit of obtaining that title. A lot of secret societies justify their means and motives through that same type of activity, through those same types of behavior. Shunt them, gentlemen. Don't ever let this place get you down. There's a lot of individuals in our midst that seek to control you, that seek to incite some sort of overzealous nature in you due to some exploitation of your weaknesses. But follow. If there's one thing that I want you to get from this video, is that there is no shortcut to success. All success requires hard work. And that hard work for us, gentlemen, is to be tried enough. Go head first voluntarily into the fire. You will be celibate. You will be on semen retention. Refuse the ways of the modern world. And there you will find your true alleged birthright. And stay radiant. I shall see you guys in the next video.